Hello, everyone. Welcome to See You Next Thursday. We're back again with episode numero 4. Today, we're going to be looking at the royal family. So, obviously, we had the coronation at the weekend. Kids' parties. Jennie's oldest daughter celebrated her 4th birthday, and we had a little party. And we're also going to be looking at bad behaviour, obviously, how that links to children and obviously adults as well. So, royal family. Obviously, the King Charles got coronated on, was it Saturday?
Yeah.
What do we think of the royal family? What's your personal opinion? Do you think they're great? Do you think they're a bit voided at the moment? How do you think they are?
Personally, I don't give a shit.
Mm.
I think, like, similar to you, maybe. Yeah, it's great because we have a bank holiday, but that's as far as my sort of feelings go towards it. It's like I don't really know much about it, if I'm honest. Like, born and bred here, but I never really learned about it at school. Like, they never taught us.
Yeah, I guess the modern royal family, they don't really teach that. It's more like Tudors and like
Henry
hundreds.
VIII.
Yeah, that's what we all know about. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the modern. I mean, you wouldn't really want to learn about the modern royalty. It's just so much scandal and all
Yeah.
this shit that comes with it. But yeah, I think you're of the opinion of a lot of people, especially our age. I mean, there's obviously your standard patriotic people that love Britain and they love the royal family and whatever.
Yeah.
But
Like the
most people,
oldies.
well, I don't know. My dad hates the royal family.
Really?
I absolutely despise it. I mean, he's a proper socialist. Like, loves like all that Labour Party union
Right.
stuff. Um, he just thinks they're just a complete waste of time, waste of money. I don't think the wedding on the weekend cost what 150 million, something ridiculous.
You mean you mean the coronation?
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was
It
kind of
looked
like
like
a
a wedding.
wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like the
Yeah.
bloody wedding.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot
kind
of
of,
money.
yeah, and especially when they're saying about a time of crisis at the moment, everyone's struggling because I think the press were trying to portray it as it's to lift the spirits. Everyone's got a bank holiday, get everyone's mood up and whatever. But most
Yep.
people are just like, I just want to fucking put a dinner on the table. I
Yeah.
want to watch some bloke with like some stolen jewelry from India
Yeah.
worth like millions and millions of pounds put on his
Yeah.
head, and they're I don't know. It's just a bit of a yeah. It's like you said, no one really is really that bothered. I know the people who did watch it on BBC said it was so boring.
Yeah, we were watching quite a bit of it and it was boring. A lot of like choir, singing, orchestra, more choir, and then it's just basically the king and queen. They got crowned, and then they're walking back and forth, and then they fucking went back behind closed doors, and then took the crown off, back in again, and then King Charles he had like sort of borders up, and he had to like get dressed there. No one could see him get dressed, and then yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah, it's very extravagant, isn't it? And then they have people like Prince Andrew on TV, and just like, why
Yeah,
is he getting airtime? Just don't air it.
yeah. And Harry.
Oh bloody hell! Daily Mail is literally. Oh, what did I mean? Have a look. The headline this morning is like, oh, it's all focused on Harry. There we go. Did Harry
Yeah.
really pop into Buckingham Palace after the coronation? Insider claims Duke went to royal residence for logistical reasons during his 45-minute dash from Westminster Abbey to Heathrow. Oh, fucking hell, leave him
I
alone.
know. Yeah. And a lot of people are saying like, what was the point of him even going?
Yeah, I mean, it's his grandson. Got to go, right? And they've obviously had a bit of a falling out over the last, whatever, couple of years. Um, it's his grandson. So what?
You mean his son?
Sorry, yeah, fucking hell.
This is how much we know
so
about the
old
royal
he is.
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how old he is. Yeah.
Yeah, what's how's King Charles? Like nearly 80? Prince Harry's what?
70, isn't he 73?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, we
He looks
clearly know a
about
lot
80.
about the royal
I
family.
know, yeah. Where is it? Yeah, 74, yeah.
Yeah, 70. Yeah,
75 in November. Um, but yeah, I mean, Prince Harry's what? Not much about your age, isn't he, Prince Harry?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, obviously most of the limelight's going to be on him. And then you got the whole issue with like, what's her face? Camilla being the queen now. Not queen consort, she's actually the queen.
Actually, the Queen. Yeah.
And there's people throwing like flashback videos of Diana saying, "Oh, there was always 3 people in this relationship."
Yeah.
And she was right.
Mm.
But she's got to what she wanted. She's queen.
About this, right? I was chatting to my mum about this. It's like, was Camilla Was she the catalyst that basically sped up the divorce,
Mm,
or did they meet after, or did they sort of get together after Diana
apparently,
passed?
she's always been around, isn't she? Like,
Hmm.
because I think Prince Charles or King Charles met Diana when she was like what 15, 16, and
Hmm.
he was like 28. Something ridiculous. It's a bit of an age
Yeah.
gap. Bit of
Yeah.
a bit dodgy, innit? Just like his
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. A tad. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. There's this argument as well that the royal family are good for tourism. Like they bring all this money in, but there was something that they're saying that how that isn't actually the case. And they said, oh,
Hmm.
the wedding pays for itself because the amount of people that are going to be out in London that day spending money. But they're saying these people would come to London anyway.
Yeah.
There's so much historical value in England in
Yeah.
itself, and whatever they would
Yeah.
come regardless.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I think I think a lot of people are saying it was uncomfortable to watch, just knowing the amount of issues that's happening around the world as well as over the UK right now. Like you said, right, we can't even afford to keep our lights on, right? Let alone
yeah,
looking at all
exactly.
this extravagant bling.
Yeah, and all the countries just kicking off because they've just nicked all this jewelry and all this artifacts from other countries hundreds of years ago during the
Yeah.
what do you call it, um, Commonwealth, and invading
Mm.
all these countries that you kind of just brush over.
Yeah.
They basically ruled
Yeah.
half the world for about 200 years. So,
Yeah.
but then everyone's just waiting for Prince William to get in, aren't they? Because
Yeah.
he's like the poster boy now. Him and
He
Kate.
is. He is. Yeah, there was a moment during the coronation where Prince William, so King Charles was sat down, and then they called Prince William to go forward, and he knelt in front of his father, and then said some sort of shit to him, and then kissed his father's cheek and stuff. And people are like, "Oh, that's such a sweet moment and stuff." And then back of my mind, I'm like, "What does Harry think of all this?" It's like he's
Yeah,
also the son, right? I would feel completely like awkward about it.
yeah, exactly. He's kind of just being completely shunned from it. And like
Yeah.
his wife supposedly staying back in LA to look after the kids or whatever. But she was invited. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's
It was
no,
their
you wouldn't
son's
just
birthday.
what today?
Oh no, it just happened to be on the day before coronation, I
Oh
think. It was
right,
like
okay,
their fourth birthday or something.
okay. I mean, she clearly hasn't been invited this year, so
Mm,
you would go. It's your what do you call it, daughter-in-law. You'd go to the wedding.
yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's gonna be drama. It's always drama in the royal family, isn't it? But I
Yeah.
think it will end in maybe not in my lifetime,
Mm.
but give it 100 years or so. People just won't be bothered, will they?
No, they won't even know. They'll forget about it completely.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, but yeah, I'm not a huge royal family fan, but
No.
I
So
obviously get
did
back on holiday.
you? I'm guessing you didn't celebrate it, or like any? Were there any street parties near your area?
Apparently, there's one on my parents' road, but well, you know what, Dad, like he just said it was so naff. He just couldn't be bothered. It's full of weirdos
Yeah.
there. But I was at the football anyway. I didn't even care. I was just trying to avoid all the
Yeah.
people out and about.
Yeah, because
Um,
you were in London at the time of when it was like happening.
yeah, so we went up to Tottenham for football. So luckily, we kind of just swerved it all. But you could see people watching it on their phones and stuff in the pub. We
Yeah,
do.
really?
Yeah, but it's just nothing. You're just watching a car go by, right? And see people sitting in church.
Yeah.
Like going to church, it's very rare. You go for like christenings and stuff. That's and weddings,
Mm.
but that's boring enough. Let alone watching people do it who have no relevance to it at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mila was watching it with me, and she was trying to just get her head around it all. Because at preschool, they talked about King, the King's coronation. So she'll come back to be like, "Oh, King's coronation," but I don't think she obviously gets
Yeah,
gets it. And then they were explaining to her about the Queen, how the Queen died, and then she was asking me, "Mummy, why did the Queen die?" I was like, "Oh, she's just really old. She was sick and stuff." And she's like, "Oh, is the King gonna die?" Went, "Yeah, eventually." But
yeah,
it's really hard to explain to kids like what is a coronation, why are they doing this long ass ceremony, and then she just found it funny when the the choir was singing. Mummy, why do they sing like this? Why is this boy so high pitched, like really like singing really high like a
yeah, yeah,
girl?
yeah.
She just didn't get that, but yeah, it's weird. I can't imagine kids really being interested in that.
No, I can't imagine up until the age of I don't even know 16, 17, kids are gonna be bothered. I
Yeah,
mean, most even 20-year-olds aren't asked, are they? Let's be honest.
yeah, true.
They're all just
Yeah,
out and about making the most of the extra day bank holiday.
yeah,
So,
true.
um, yeah, well, I think that's enough of the royal family because we clearly don't know too much about them anyway.
Yeah. Well, you certainly don't. You came refer it as a wedding.
Yeah, the wedding. I mean, it looked the bloody same as the wedding last year, wherever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Let's move on to kids' birthday parties then. So obviously we had Mila's 4th birthday on Saturday.
Whoop. Yeah. Did
Um,
you enjoy it? Be honest.
no, it was good. It was good fun. It's a shame that place is only for kids. So just for context, it's basically like one of these trampoline parks. Really nice actually. Been done up proper
Mm.
snazzy. Um, but it's for kids only. But I had quite a lot of fun there because I was
Yeah.
just jumping with Harry. But I
Yeah.
was kind of just doing my own little jumps and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, what did you think of it?
Yeah. I really liked it for the parts where I was in there because so basically the package we got is like a toddler party from 0 to 5 years old. You can arrange a toddler party there, and you get like 1 hour of jumping, like free jumping wherever you want to go, and then after there's 45 minutes in a party room where the kids get to eat, play music, cut the cake, whatever. But I was in the room just setting it up because it was a bit of a shambles when we got in. The bins weren't empty. They didn't know how to sort out the Bluetooth. The name on the sort of there was like a little light thing that said "Happy Birthday, Maddie." So
Yeah.
things like that. I was just like, man. So I felt like I was going back and forth with the staff to try
Yeah.
and sort shit out. And then just getting basic things like, oh, can I get like cutlery and just things like that, right?
Mm,
So I was outside in the trampoline bit probably like 3 times, but
mm.
during that, I just thought, I wish I had more time actually playing on the trampoline because I jumped a few times, I'm like, yeah. And then I thought, oh god, I got to go back in the room again. So
Yeah.
I think it was fun. I think the kids really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's all that matters, isn't it? That's a bit of shambles actually. Did it just open when you got there?
Well, they told us to get there for 9, so
Mm,
I was a bit shocked. We were the first party to have arrived, like that, because there were loads of other parties after us, but we were the first, like the early ones.
yeah.
So it was weird. And then because we got there on time, and then all the other guests started arriving, and they were told by the receptionist that we weren't there. So they're like, "Oh, Mila's not here yet." So that's why
Oh,
my sister was messaging me saying, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm inside the room." Because
yeah.
a lot of them were just a bit confused, like, "Oh, they said you're not here yet, so we just got to wait." I'm like, "No, man, like, go jump. Got an hour, only an hour to go." So
Yeah.
again, that was a bit of a shambles, like just the miscommunication. And then one of the girls was really nice. She's like, "I'm really sorry. Everything's just really new. So we're trying to get our feet around." I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Should have got a little bit of money off or something like that.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, but
Birthday
yeah, I thought it
money.
was quite good. But the thing is, right, it was our very first birthday party that we arranged for Mila. Like we've never done it before, where we've invited people and actually done a big thing like that. It was quite stressful. It's
Mm,
just a lot of like prep and like do the party bags, think about the cake, talk about food. If there's kids that with allergies, then you got to communicate that with the venue.
mm.
So things like that. I just thought, oh, and then by the time you actually do it, is you just have to make sure you've got everything in place. I don't know. It's fine. It's a little bit stressful.
Yeah, there's just no time to relax really, is there? Can't
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah, I can imagine. It was like that for when we did Harry's first birthday party.
Mm,
She did most of it, to be honest. Um, her job is to be a project manager, so she just comes naturally to her to organise
yeah.
these things. Um,
Nice. Yeah.
but yeah, it's just non-stop. There's just so much to think about that you don't even realise you got to
Yeah.
do. But yeah, the main thing is as long as people have fun, right?
Yeah. I think
I
so.
think I think hiccups are expected, aren't they? Although
Mm,
cleaning the bins out, you think they would have done that the night before.
that was
That's just
bad.
a given, isn't it?
Yeah. That was terrible. They apologized and stuff for that, but I gave my feedback straight away.
Yeah.
With everything, I'm one of those like assholes. I just feel like I need to.
Suppose she didn't ask for money back. I want free food, something like that.
Yeah, we'll see what they come back with first.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I might. But yeah, with birthday parties and kids in general, I think it's fun to an extent. But you kind of think, what's next when they hit 5, 6, 7? It's like, oh my god, is it gonna get even bigger? And primary school, do I have to invite all fucking like 30 kids, even though I don't know
Oh,
them?
no, fuck that. I can't remember. I can't remember what we had when I was younger. I don't think I really had many parties.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really remember. I think we used to go to a lot of football parties. So like,
Mm,
it's easy for boys because you just hire like a five-a-side pitch and
yeah.
you just kick a ball around for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then you get like a McDonald's afterwards.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't really remember having many birthday parties. Can't remember.
Yeah. I don't think we did. I think it was more family parties.
Yeah, yeah, you just get around together on a Sunday or something,
Yeah.
a barbecue or something,
Yeah.
make it a bit easier.
Do you know what
Yeah,
you're gonna do for Harry seconds?
We were literally just talking about it this morning, actually. We might go back to that trampoline place
Mm,
in the morning, maybe, or we might do a barbecue on a Sunday, just
mm,
something easy. Because we said we weren't going to do anything after the big first birthday that we did.
yeah.
Um, but now obviously she's just getting up to close to it. She's like, oh, should we do this? Should we do that? I'm like, I thought we weren't doing anything. No, we got to
Well,
go
you
to
won't have to do
Birmingham.
anything,
Yeah, we've got to go to Birmingham as well to do something
of
for
course.
him, which is fine because he gets money
Yeah,
from that. So that's good.
of course. Yeah, always. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I found funny on Saturday, actually, I don't know if you saw it. The workers who were there, the yellow jumpers on.
Yeah.
So I turned up in a yellow jumper as well, which is great. So I immediately took that off. I looked like, and then the music that came on is like
Yeah.
Baby Shark and Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. Or like the workers had to stand in the middle and
Yeah.
like do the movements. And these are
Oh,
like young kids. They look pretty young. They look like early
yeah.
20s, and you
Yeah.
can tell they're obviously new to this job. And you can just tell in the interview they haven't been briefed that they had to do this. Because imagine that saying that, oh, do you know Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes?
Yeah.
And they're just standing in the middle of this thing facing each other, doing Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. And you can see their faces like, for fuck's sake.
Did you record it?
No, I didn't, because it's
Oh,
just like,
damn it.
because Harry was just like still jumping around. I'm just looking
Yeah.
around, but I can just tell they like the adults are looking at him, just laughing.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
I
do
felt
you know
quite
what?
bad
I would
for them.
actually enjoy that job.
Yeah, it'd be a fun job to be fair. Then if your mates turned up, that'd be it. Game over. The amount of banter you'd have against you.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, I missed that. Yeah, I did see a few of them stand in the middle. They're sort of like the monitoring like the kids and stuff. But I didn't know they had to dance as well.
Yeah, it's when it got really loud. Harry was just like wondering what the hell's going on because the music
Yeah.
just shot up in volume,
Yeah.
and then the kids was just going mental. Baby Shark came on, and these poor kids in the middle just like dancing to these nursery rhymes. That's great.
Oh damn, I missed it. Well, I would enjoy that. I love a good nursery rhyme.
Yeah, I can't stand. No, I've embedded in my brain now. For all the American versions because of YouTube.
Yeah. What's Harry's favorite?
I don't know if he has a specific favorite, but he listens to simple songs.
Oh
The
yeah,
YouTube channel,
yeah.
simple songs.
Yeah.
They're pretty catchy. A lot of them I sing along to as well.
Mm.
So, but the worst ones, probably that Miss Rachel. Can't stand her. Does my head.
Yeah.
Because there's no English equivalent unless you get Mr. Tumble, but he's a bit of a pedo.
Hey. Don't offend Mr. Tumble like that, eh?
No, he's not
Yeah,
actually
well,
a pedo. No,
we do actually have another episode talking about specifically.
pedophile.
Anyways, moving on. But did Harry have fun?
Yeah, he loved it. I mean, he can't really his balance. He stands up and runs a lot, but like a
Yeah.
trampoline is not his forte just yet. But he jumps
Yeah.
on that because I was jumping
Yeah.
on with him, and he was just like bouncing on his belly, like trying to get up. I'm just like
Yeah.
jump. You jump right next to someone, and you just bounce up. That's what I was doing. I'm like, I'm gonna get pulled over in a minute for health and
Yeah.
safety.
Yeah.
That's funny. And I'm trying to like do the basketball hoop one.
Yeah.
And the thing
Yeah.
is,
That looked fun.
I know I could easily make that jump. I'm trying to do it with
Yeah.
Harry in my arms. So I tried to jump and he just like, his face just slamming against my shoulder. I'm like, your teeth all right? You still there?
Knock him out.
He was laughing, so he must have had
Oh,
fun.
he's very cute. He's so big now.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah, I went to the pub yesterday actually. We went for like a late lunch with my mates in
Mm.
Beckenham.
Mm.
And barmaid was there. He was running around, so I couldn't keep him still. And she was like, "Oh, how old is he?" I was like, "Oh, he's 2 next month." She's like, "What? No way." She's like, "I've got a 3-year-old, and he's like half the size of him." So like, well,
You're like, have you seen how tall I am?
yeah, I'm like, I mean, it's pretty obvious why.
Yeah.
Um,
Time to point it out.
yeah. But yeah, he's massive now. Laura was well calm the whole time, but
Yeah.
she's just like like, observing everything.
Yeah.
Didn't bat
She was
an eye.
knackered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably yeah.
It was right bang in her nap time, and she was just like completely just out of it. But she was, luckily she didn't kick off anything because she was holding her for quite a bit.
Yeah, and she was fine. So
Yeah.
got a good baby. Which was handy.
Yeah. With other people, she's all right with, but she's has her moments. But I think it was a cute moment is when Harry cried when he saw Lara.
Yeah, he got jealous, didn't he?
Oh my god, instant! I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's so clingy lately. I don't know why. He's obviously going through that stage,
Yeah,
just getting into 2 years old. Because he calls me
yeah.
mummy. Mummy, I'm not mummy. I'm daddy. He knows it as well. I say daddy or daddy. Little
I think he
bastard.
does that to wind you up.
Yeah,
Mummy?
probably. Yeah, but yeah, no, he was all right at the end. He was so knackered.
Yeah.
He wasn't really eating the food, and then he got back home. He slept for about 2.5 hours.
Really? I must have knackered him out.
Yeah, well, his nap time's between like 11ish and 12, so
Hmm.
it's kind of getting. And he just done a load of exercise. He
Yeah.
knackered me out. I was sweating. A few
Yeah.
jumps. I was like, fucking hell, bit
Yeah.
of a workout this.
Yeah.
So don't know how he felt. But, yeah, I
I'll
definitely go back.
definitely go back there.
Yeah, sick. They should open it for adults, just like in the
I
evenings and
know. I did. Yeah, they've got like a neon night, but again, that's for kids.
things. Ah, right.
Yeah,
I can imagine
because
if it was
I
for adults though, it'd get a bit chaotic.
yeah, because the when I spoke to the guy, because before a few days before the actual party, there was someone from Oxygen called just to confirm like details and food and stuff. And then I asked him, I'm like, is there like an option for adults to actually just go? And he
Mm.
said they're trying to get like an alcohol license, but it's a bit dangerous because alcohol and jumping probably not the
Yeah,
best combo.
yeah. Well, because it makes you feel a bit sick anyway, jumping. So if you've had a
Yeah,
few beers on a full stomach, you're like, yeah, so that's it, go on.
yeah, nasty. But
So
yeah, I'll
yeah,
definitely go back because Mila was like, "Oh, can we go back again?" I went, "Yeah, we probably could." Not just like because I don't want to make it every time. Like, there's a birthday, then we'll go. But I think
mm.
just like casually, we can just go for an hour and that's it, done.
Yeah, something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of exercise.
Yep. But thanks for coming.
It's okay. I'll be there for the next one. Well, it's 5 years old next, right? So it's the
Yeah.
big one. Well,
Yeah, we'll go big, whatever that means.
great. Well, we might have
Yeah.
your house ready by then, so you can do a little
Oh God. Oh yeah,
event there.
true. Yeah. So I actually wants to do that. He would rather us like host it at home, but I don't like the tidying up afterwards.
Yeah. And we get everyone else to chip in with the tidying up. I don't mind helping. Just pick
I
up
know, but you
rubbish.
can't get guests to do it, right? That's a
Yeah,
bit
you
rude.
can. Nah, yeah, but you'd hope people would just naturally help.
You say that, but certain family members that we've invited just sit on their ass.
Just throw rubbish on the floor on purpose.
Yeah, it's like like you said, some people are like just smart, like you. You would be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna help tidy up. But
Yeah.
literally, we've hosted before, and certain family members don't know if you know who you are. They literally just sit there.
Well, take this as a warning. Pick your shit up.
Yeah, or basically just you won't get invited.
Yeah. If you don't get an invite, you know why.
Exactly. Yeah. Anywho.
Cool. Shall we move on to appalling behaviour?
Yes.
Well, I guess we can start with like kids' bad behaviour.
Yeah.
How good are your kids?
Mila, do you know what? A lot of people, when Mila was a baby, was like, oh, Mila's so calm and stuff. But you know your own kid really well, right? You know what they're like, their behavior and personalities. Mila always went through the sort of typical phases, like terrible twos, three-nager. And we had to introduce naughty step quite early on with Mila, just because
Mm.
she was a little shit. And everything about her was she was screaming, crying, always tantrums. Her first port of call is always to cry, even now, like now that she's just turned 4, she's still going to continue to do that. If she can't get her way, she'll cry. And we don't do naughty step anymore because she's too old for that. So we'll just be like, do you want a bit of time out in your room just to calm down by yourself? And she's like, no, don't want time out. I'm like, okay, well, I think you need it. So yeah, she's a good kid, right? But like obviously with any kid, you'll have your moments of where they're like actual shits, and that's where I struggle. It's like trying to control that.
Mm. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I'm not at that stage yet of Harry. I don't think he doesn't really understand things yet.
Mm.
I mean, he's obviously had his moments at nursery where they've said he's been like hitting people, but not. I don't think he does it in a mean way. I think
No.
he's just exploring the idea of punching someone. Like I don't think he. Although to be fair, they said he threw toys at people. I'm like, yeah, because they tried to take the toy off him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's just
There's always a
standing his
reason.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not just going to do it for absolutely nothing. So but I wouldn't shout him for it. I'd be like, "Go on, son, go on, give him one for me." Um, but then maybe when he gets to 3 or 4 or 5 and he's still hitting kids, you've got to say something, haven't you? So
Yeah. I mean, he's turning 2 soon, right? You said next month.
yeah, June 20th. So maybe in that year he's gonna just calm down. He's not a bad kid. He's not. He knows his limits. Like him and Vinny, his cousin, they fight, but only because they don't know how to share yet.
Right.
So like, for example, you know those cars. Don't know if you had one as a kid in the garden. It's got a yellow roof and it's red.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So Harry wanted to go in that, and I'm like pulling him along with a bit of rope, just around the mum and dad's
Yeah.
garden. And Vinny really wanted to get in, but
Yeah.
obviously as soon as I'm like, Harry, can Vinny have a go? He's like, no. And Vinny just starts crying. So I'm like, Harry, get up. Vinny gets in.
Yeah.
Harry's just there, tears. So I've got to literally like balance it, take turns of who wants to go, but they just don't know how to share yet. So
No. How
as
old is
soon as
Vinny?
he is, how old is Vinny? He's 3 in September.
Oh, okay.
So he's like a year older. Well,
Yeah.
they're in the same school year, but he's a
It's a
year
big
older.
gap.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll just level out when they get to like 5 years old, and it'll be easy
Yeah.
then because you can just take them to the park, play football or something,
Yeah.
and just do sporty stuff rather than doing stuff for them, like pulling them along in a car, which is a lot of effort.
Yeah. 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 I mean, the idea that you have a rope, that's a really genius idea.
Yeah, my brother did that.
That's
He,
really clever.
yeah, he's pretty manual like that.
Mm. Yeah, but like kids' bad behavior in general, because with Mila, she is like her birthday's in May, right? She's quite young, but she's not one of the youngest ones, but she's definitely not one of the oldest ones. But in her preschool, there's older kids who are like turning 5 this year, where she's just turning 4 this year. So like you said, like between Vinny and Harry, there's like a year difference. It's massive difference between like the way that they talk, develop, just act as a person, as a little person. Mila will copy a lot of the older kids' behavior. Sometimes it's bad behavior, and I've been messaging you about this like loads of times about
Yeah,
certain kids that she copies, and it really annoys me because she's old enough to understand that certain things that she does is dangerous or naughty, but yet she'll
yeah,
still follow, and that's what I find the most frustrating, is trying to tell her what you're doing is naughty, is not right. But the issue with that is when I keep on nagging about her to not do this and not follow this certain child, she will repeat it back to that child to be like, "Oh, my mummy said I shouldn't play with you." I went, I didn't mean it like that. I went, you
yeah.
can play with kids, but if they're naughty, just stay away from them.
Mm.
So that I'm like, oh shit.
It's very straight under the bus.
Yeah, pretty much. Because the teacher did mention it last week. They're like, Mila did say, mummy said I shouldn't be playing with this person. I went, yeah, I didn't mean it like that. And the teacher was like, yeah, we totally get like what you mean. And they were fully on board with, why this child that Mila's been copying is not good. So yeah, I just thought, oh god. So it just kind of woke me up a little bit. I'm like, oh, maybe I should rephrase the certain things that I should say to her rather than her paraphrase it back.
Yeah, it's a tough one though, because kids just have no filter, do they? So whatever you say,
No.
it's just get back to someone, or she's going to say it in a different way.
Mm.
But at least you kind of gets it. I mean, so you don't really mix with other ages at any other, like when you go through school and secondary school or whatever, you don't mix with other ages. So
Mm.
I guess this would be the only real time she does it, because I guess these other kids would be in the year above, right? If they're in school.
Same year.
Oh, would they? Oh, so they're right at the
Mm.
tail end. They're born in like what, September?
September, October. Yeah.
Okay. See, yeah, but then they're all going to grow up eventually. So hopefully they just
Yeah.
get out of that phase.
Yeah. I'm sure by the time she goes to primary, there'll be probably another issue that I'll encounter where she's copying behavior or whatnot, right? But
Yeah.
how would you deal with it? Like when Harry gets to like 3 and he started copying other bigger kids?
I don't know. It depends what he was copying them doing. If they're just being
Mm.
stupid and like, I don't know, being bullies and just doing stupid shit, I'd have a word with the nursery. I wouldn't tell Harry because I'd be like, oh, it's not Harry's fault, is it? It's
Yeah.
this stupid kid's fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
obviously learning that from somewhere. I don't know. It's just a bit of drama that I don't really
Mm.
want, but that's obviously going to happen eventually. I worry more about when he's like 13, 14. Who's he going to be hanging around with then? Because that's
Right.
when they can do they can actually do stupid things that have proper
Yeah.
consequences. Right
Yeah.
now, the consequences aren't. that great. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Whereas in the future, if they hang around with the wrong crowd, that can set them in a path for the rest of their life, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Just hopefully he's not an annoying child. Can't be
I don't
asked.
think he is. Just looking at how he is now.
Yeah, but
Although
it's
I
not in the
think I,
environment, isn't it? It's the
yeah, no,
environment.
true. Yeah.
Because if he
And
ends
the
up in
way
a
that you
shit
and she
school,
are, clearly you're good parents, but you're not
well,
gonna.
yeah.
I
Yeah, but
mean,
then
you
if you end
questionable.
up, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it just depends on what school you end up in, right? If you end up with some,
Mm,
if he's not smart and he ends up bloody like, I don't know, Hailing Manor.
is that bad?
Oh yeah, it's like the worst school. Well, it used to be the worst school.
Where's
Um,
it? Whereabouts is that?
it's by it's in South Croydon, but like,
Oh.
oh, it's so hard to explain.
Oh, so it is local to us. Oh, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, like for example, when I was applying for secondary schools, I had a choice between that and Coulston, Riddlesdown, and I can't remember what other one. But I got into that
Mm,
Haley Manor first, and Mum was like, "Oh no, you can't go there." Then luckily Riddlesdown came in at the last minute. I got into that.
yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know. He probably won't be stupid. I hope because she won't let it happen. um, because the schools around here are so shit now. Like my old school, are you saying about other ages that don't hang around with each other? They change them.
Mm,
You had your tutor group, right? So
yeah.
everyone would be in the same age, same year, whatever.
Yeah.
Now they change it to like one of these collegiate things, and tutor groups are mixed age groups. So someone in first year or year, what is it, 11? Was that you? No, what was it, year 7? Sorry, they can
Year
hang around
7.
with someone in year 11. They'd be in the same tutor group. How fucking weird is that?
That's a massive gap.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's the strangest thing I've ever heard.
What?
Um, yeah. So I don't know why they did that, but that's what I mean. You can end up in these weird
Mm,
collegiate things
yeah.
with weird mixes of people, which doesn't really work. That's why we have such bad
Mm,
ratings, right? And you can't
yeah.
really send them to. Well, you can send them to private school, but it's going to cost you the earth.
Yeah, I was going to say that because one of my mates who was at the party, her son goes to a private school and there's only
Mm,
15 kids, she said, versus like
really.
the normal is like 30 kids. So, yeah, but obviously you'll have your sort of advantages of sending your kid to private school because you don't get the riffraff of certain, like,
Yeah,
parents and whatnot. But yeah, I can't afford private.
I know. What is it like 8 grand a term? Is that ridiculous?
Yeah, something mad like that.
I don't know how anyone affords that. It's crazy.
Mm,
I think nursery is expensive now. That's
yeah,
just a different level. I wouldn't
yeah,
be able to earn enough money to pay for that. If that makes sense. I wouldn't.
yeah,
I'll be scraping by. I have to take a loan out.
yeah. Or you just become a full-time dad because why would you work in a
Well,
way?
yeah, but then to just have cheese money paying for it, and even that would be nowhere near enough.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's
But
it's hard. You can't choose who your kids hang out with the
yeah,
older they get.
we just hope because we're normal, they'll turn out normal, and they're not going to hang
Mm,
out with wrong uns.
yeah, it depends on what. Yeah, I don't know what sort of parent I am, but like, do you know the phrase like tiger mum or a tiger parent?
Tiger Mum. No, I don't know that one.
I
So
think
that's
it
like
might
a
be like
thing.
an Asian thing, like with tiger mums or tiger parents. Like you're very sort of like strict with your kids. You have really high expectations with them. You want them to smash it, 10 out of 10 all the time, A star. Do they get 9 out of 10? They're like, what happened? Why did you not get that extra point? So those
Mm,
are tiger mums, I think, and you want everything. You want the best for your child, obviously, but there's they've got a strict routine, strict schedule when it comes to like sort of academic.
yeah.
Um, academia. So it's, yeah, I don't think I'm a tiger mum, but also I just don't want my. I think whether Mila is smart or not, don't really care. But I just want her to be like street smart
Yeah.
to an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. I always debate that. I'm like, I'm gonna have to send Harry to like kung fu classes when he was about 5, just so he could learn how to fight someone off with a knife.
yeah,
'Cause
I
that's a
did
genuine
consider
skill
that.
like you need, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, especially around here, like these days.
yeah,
Don't know what Nutter's about.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So it's not a bad thing.
yeah, just teach him every life lesson you can, and then
Yeah,
the academic stuff can, well, not come second. It's such a weird balance, isn't it?
it is. It
You have such a
is.
weird like. Why can't we just sort of leave them to it like my parents did, or like, well,
Yeah,
look how I turned out. Not exactly fucking Stephen Hawking, but
yeah, but you're not thick.
yeah, I'm just a normal brain.
Yeah,
And
which is
but
rare to find.
yeah, and I've got normal, like, I understand how things work in the streets. Um, like, I wouldn't put myself in situations where I'm gonna die, basically.
Yeah, yeah. He wouldn't attract that sort of negative attention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll find out in a few years, won't we?
Yeah, because we've been talking about sort of kids' bad behavior, but let's talk about adults' bad behavior. And I'm going to point it to you because bad behavior for you, I reckon, is related to booze.
Yeah, I mean, most of my bad things have happened to me have been when I've been pissed, basically.
Hmm.
So,
Can you give any details? Or is it too private?
well, me and my mates have this thing where trouble finds us. We don't go looking for
Okay.
trouble ever, ever.
Okay.
Me and my mates are quite a big group of lads. We're all 6 foot plus, so we look quite intimidating, even though we're not intimidating at all. So I just think trouble finds us. Like wherever we
Right.
go out, someone might start on us, or like for example, we went to football a few weeks ago, and my cousin, he's like my height. He's only
Hmm.
23. He was um he was shouting at the players for being shit, basically. The
Right.
bloke in front of us turned around and said, "Oh, you can't call your own players shit." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, can't call my own players shit," in a sarcastic way.
Yeah.
And then I think his brother, my other cousin, started shouting as well. Fucking hell, I'm so shit. And my other cousin James said, "No, you're sorry. You're not allowed to shout. You're not allowed to call your own player shit." This bloke's turned around, just grabbed my cousin by the throat out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't see it. And then his brother has just grabbed this guy and just like fucking punched him. This guy's face is just blown up because it's just all kicked off out of nowhere in the space of like a second. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But I'm like, that's what I mean. Trouble just finds us. Like, why
Bloody
did that guy have
hell.
to say anything? Why did that guy have to start on us? Like, for example,
Mind your own business.
yeah, yeah. Like, so what if you're shouting abuse at the players?
Yeah.
Like, it's just that's what everyone does at every game. Because if they're
Yeah.
playing shit, you say, oh, the players are shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to start on especially your own fans as well. Like, what's the point? And you don't know who's there. Like, there was 6 of us there, so we all would have backed this up.
Yeah.
Um, and that's just one of many events.
Wow. So what
Yeah.
happened? Did you call the police?
No, no, just walk away.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. What the police can do? Nothing. Um,
how's your cousin?
oh, he's all right. He's a bit rattled, but and he
Yeah.
grabbed it by the throat. He didn't even do anything else. But obviously, that's just a turn of events that led to absolute chaos.
And
Um,
was that like, did you guys have any alcohol beforehand?
uh, a few beers, yeah. But by this point, it was like really late in the match, so we'd already got a train down there, and it'd been 90
Yeah.
minutes in the match, so we'd had time to sort of sober up in a way. But it was just really uncalled for. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like another prime example, years ago, me and Cheech went up to Sheffield. I don't know if I told you a story about when I
I
broke my
think you might
wrist.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Halloween, and we were going to see Skepta in Sheffield, as you do.
Yeah.
For I should make a weekend of it, and
Yeah.
we were on like a balcony facing the stage, and this couple have come up to us and said,
Mm.
"Oh, can you move?" I'm like, well, no, because we're in this spot first. And then
Yeah.
this bloke just grabbed me, thrown me to the floor, and just started attacking me. This girl's attacking Cheech. Oh, what the fuck's going on here? And these bouncers have come running over, grabbed me behind, grabbed my wrist behind my back, twisted it, and broke my wrist. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm not. It's like from 0 to 100 in about a second. This is what I mean. Trouble just finds you.
Yeah.
Um, there's countless other stories. I
I
mean,
remember you said she was trying to like protect you, and then she was like she was attacking what the guy
yeah.
or the girl or
And
something.
she ended up hitting this girl in the face. I think I was like, fair play. And I was just like, I'm just in a. We were pretty drunk at this point, so but it's all
Yeah.
just like chaos unfolded again in a split second, just because I've someone else decided
Yeah.
to whatever. But yeah, I'll never go out intentionally seeking shit like that. Like,
No.
this is like extreme bad behavior, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like pranking people and doing other
Yeah.
shit. This is just like stupid behavior.
Yeah. It's not your bad behavior; it's other people's bad behavior.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, my mates would never go out intentionally and look for trouble because that's just not
Yeah.
the type of people we are.
Yeah.
Um, but then we'll always back a situation.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, if trouble comes to you and you're not asking for it, then obviously you're gonna try and defend yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Which is kind of leading back to the kind of people that I hope Harry does eventually befriend. People are always going to have your back and
Yeah.
stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if you've got any tales of fights. Probably not.
No, touch wood. Even I mean, I don't even go out now, so I'll never.
Yeah.
The only only example of my bad behaviour is when I was 21.
Mm.
And I don't drink, obviously, right? I haven't drank for since I was 21. Went to Cafe de Paris
Oh yeah. What in
in
London?
Leicester Square.
Yeah,
Leicester
yeah.
Square? Yeah.
Yes.
Went there for a birthday party, or for my birthday party, and invited people, friends and stuff. And I'm pretty sure I got spiked. It
Oh
was
yeah.
like I was drinking a shot, and then after that, I just KO'd on the dance floor, like collapsed, and I had to be carried out of the club. So one of my mates' boyfriends and my brother-in-law, they both had to carry me out because I was literally just completely collapsed. I had fucking no clue what the hell happened, and
Mm.
yeah, and then they eventually got me out, and I was just literally just sitting on the streets in London, like dirty London, and I just vomited everywhere.
Oh fucking hell.
Vomited into a bin and everything, and then they got a taxi, and I think I'm pretty sure I vomited in the taxi as well, or the
Yeah.
Uber, whatnot. But that was the only sort of drunken behavior that. But it wasn't, it wasn't my choice to be spiked, but my
Mm.
drink got spiked, right? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, okay, never again. So since then, I'm not drank.
Traumatized by it.
Yeah, it's just not a pretty sight, in it. I'm just like, why? Why did I get myself in that state?
Yeah. Oh, I see you like that most weeks. So. I'll tell you one story that she won't kill me for. Is when we were staying at mum and dad's, and we like stumbled out of a car. Well, she did, and she's like thrown up on my parents' driveway. My
Oh
dad had to come
god.
out and clean it up.
Oh
She's like
shit.
crawling up the driveway, just straight in. My dad's like, "For fuck's sake!" But they're used to it now. They're just, "Oh, she's hanging issue. Oh, good, standard."
I mean, good on your dad for doing that.
Yeah, my dad's pretty cool, so he doesn't really care about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Save my mum. Oh, another great story. When I went to we went to Lithuania for a lad's holiday,
Right.
and we went to this is a bit of a pre-warning. We went to the pub. We got quite late because they're like 2 hours ahead, and our flight was at like 6 in the evening, so we didn't get there till about 10. And
Yeah.
we just went to this bar near our hotel, and then there's this English guy in there, so random on his own. He's like, "Oh, they'll be out for you two. They'll be looking for you two," pointing at me and my mate. I'm like, "What do you mean out for us two?" So lo and behold, the next day we go out to this sort of clubby bar thing, and me and my mate went to the bar, and we just turned around to see my two mates getting marched out by the bouncers. I'm like, what the fuck's happened here? We've only been here like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're outside. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, I kicked us out for being too drunk. I was like, what the fuck? We're not even drunk. But all our coats are still in the cloakroom downstairs. We were like trying to
Yeah.
speak to the bouncer. Can we get our coats back? And he suddenly doesn't speak English. He only speaks Russian. Um, so him and obviously just escalated. Mate, can we get our coats back, please? Can we get our coats back? It's fucking
Yeah.
freezing. We're in the middle of Lithuania in like April, and it's like 0 degrees.
Yeah.
So eventually we're just like tug of war on this door between these bouncers and us. And then we like boot at the bottom of the door. And then you just see this police car rock up. This is what I mean by trouble finance scam. We're like, why can't we just get our coats? We're not even asking for much. Then this police car turns up. And he's talking to the bouncer. I don't know what he's saying. And he just points at me. I'm like, what? And he's like, you come with me. And I'm like, why am I going with you? And he just
Mm.
holds his baton up, as in like, do you want to do this the hard way or the easy way? I'm like, fucking hell. And I'm in Lithuania. I'm like, these are fucking like Soviet guys. I'm like, shit.
You could have been in jail.
Well, and then I got into the back of the car, and he starts driving off. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm going to get murdered here. And obviously, I could see the twins, my two best mates, the twins behind me. They absolutely pelted it along the back of the police car all the way to the police station. And they got there. And I'm suddenly in this police station, like, what the hell is going on here? I'm just sat there, minding my own business. They didn't take my phone off me or anything, so I could still
Okay.
communicate with everyone. Bear in mind, back here, it was G's like birthday night out, because it's the same sort of week.
Um,
So she's out of all her mates, and I'm texting her saying I've been arrested in Lithuania. So she's kicking off. And luckily, I was in there for about half an hour, 45 minutes.
right.
No one was seeing to me, and all I could see next to me were these cells. And the police changed there. They were in like big grey overalls and like proper Russian looking. There's people like banging on cell doors. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. My life's over. I'm gonna be stuck in Lithuanian prison, in Vilnius, the capital. Um, and then luckily, my mate's missus, she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He rang her, and she rang the British embassy for me in Lithuania, and then they rang the police station, and they were like, "What has he done?" And they couldn't give an explanation. They were like, well, nothing basically. They let
Yeah.
within 2 minutes of that call happening, I had to sign a form and I was off. They gave me €180 fine. Don't know. I paid it because I was like, I don't want
For
to have this.
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
But I was
yeah,
like, I don't want to fuck about it. I just want to get out.
yeah, yeah.
And that was that. And that was literally it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I've never been so scared in my life. And then the next day, we had a bit of an epiphany. We were like, all right, you just need to calm down. Let's not get too drunk tonight. And then we ended up
Right.
being more drunk than the night before.
Oh
We went on a
God.
bar crawl, we're absolutely wankered. We were like, fucking hell. But in my head, I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. So I just went home really early. But I had no idea where I was
Yeah,
going. But I was just
yeah.
never been so scared in my life. I'm like, I'm shouting out the window, like, help me, Michael, help me. I'm like, he's like pelting it down this car in the middle of Lithuania.
Oh,
Jesus
bless them
Christ.
though, like trying to rescue you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, God, 24, maybe 25.
Right. Wow.
I had to, it's when I worked at Starcom, actually, my first job. And one of the girls
Right.
on my team was Lithuanian.
Right.
I had to take the police form and the fine to her to translate it because it was all in Russian. So
Yeah.
I was like, she's my manager at the time as well. I was like, so this little story happened in Lithuania. Do you mind translating this? She's like, fucking hell, what? You got arrested in Lithuania? She's like, that's mental. I didn't technically get arrested. I just got detained, I guess.
Did they put you in cuffs?
No, I don't think they did. No, because I was
Oh.
texting on my phone, so
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's all
So
right.
they just got you, put you in the car.
Yeah, looking back, realistically, I don't know what they did was probably not right.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have done that. They could have just let me walk off because I didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
But they were just being dicks. You don't want to fuck with foreign police. That old coinage.
Yeah.
Don't want to mess about with it, man.
Oh, I didn't know that story. Just listening to that makes my palms sweaty.
Yeah, that's scary. That's why I feel like I'm a bit like immune to that sort of thing now. My mate got arrested as
Yeah.
well. Up in not arrested. Same sort of thing happened in bloody King's Cross. Got loads of these stories now. They're all coming out.
Yeah.
Went to a bar in King's Cross. Get in trouble, finds us. For some reason, we're walking out, and then someone kicks off at my mate for absolutely no reason. This like homeless guy gets involved on the street. All the bouncers are involved. Then the police suddenly turn up. They go to arrest me, and they were like, "Oh," I was like, "What have I done?" And the bouncer was like,
Yeah.
"No, no, it was him, my mate." And then they arrested him. And luckily, the police cell, he had to stay overnight as well. And luckily, the police station was next to his flat, so we just went there the next day and met him. And he was like, "Yeah, it's all right." They just gave me a book. Just needed to sober up, and I left. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, we were just literally leaving. We're going home, and then it kicked off.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Does that is that on record then?
No, you're not convicted of anything, so it's just
Mm.
they just let you go. It doesn't really affect you because we didn't do anything. It's just
Yeah,
like
you didn't do anything.
it's just there's no evidence, there's no whatever to convict
Yeah.
you of anything. So yeah, there's a
Bloody hell. At any
fun
point,
time.
like since young till now, have you ever punched anyone?
Yeah, once I did it in. We went back to Southampton, me and my mates, years ago because that's where I went to uni.
Yeah.
And we had a night out in Oceana.
Yeah.
Yeah, the classic big club, and then they had like a 70s room, disco room. There's like a rugby team in there, and they were
Right.
battered. Again, they
Yeah.
were trying to like start on us, battered. And then it's like this rugby, proper like knobhead rugby guy was like in our face, like, So
Mm.
he's like pushed my mate, so I've just gone for him like that, and he just completely tumbled, and we just legged it. I was like, see you later. I
Did
did.
that not hurt your hand?
Nah, he wasn't like a fucking Mike Tyson punch. He's literally just like
Yeah.
a little jab to the
Little
face.
jab.
Yeah. So, but I felt good though. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. It's gonna take up boxing. I'm gonna like do everything. But yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You have a lot of good stories.
I could probably go on forever to be honest.
Bloody hell. Which kind of makes sense why you would want Harry to learn some form of martial arts. Because, like, to protect himself.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't advise getting into yourself in these situations because it's
No.
just. I try to avoid it now more because of Harry and stuff. Like I won't.
Yeah.
If I see something kicking off, I'll just edge away. 'Cause I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck this. No, can't be bothered. But yeah, it's definitely worth teaching your kids some sort of, even just to be a bit like brave, I guess. Just don't be
Yeah.
too scared because if you show a bit of weakness, it's a bit could get taken
Yeah.
advantage of. But
I think it helps because you've got the height as well. You're intimidating.
yeah, but then I think that attracts the attention as well. I think people are,
True.
he's a tall bastard. I'm going to take him on. Whereas if someone's a short ass, they don't, oh, just leave him alone. He's a short ass.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah,
Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
yeah. You turn into like some super ninja. Oh, come on, I want to fight, please.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh wow, we were literally polar opposites. Like I've never had that before, like, ever in my life.
Yeah, but then you're never in these situations. You're not out getting pissed every Saturday like I am.
No, true. No, that's true.
Yeah, you find that you see fights all the time at football, kicking off and
Yeah.
all this shit, and you're just like, oh yeah, classic. So yeah.
Wow. I've learned a lot about you. But that Lithuania story, wow.
Yeah,
You could have been a prisoner.
Sticks with me every day. But it's a funny story to look back at because it didn't end terribly. So
yeah. Did your parents ever? Did you tell your parents?
yeah, I rang my dad. I think I can't remember what I did now. I told my dad and then he didn't tell my mum. He never tells my mum anything if it's like a serious thing like that.
Yeah.
And then I just, I remember I told my mum when we got back. She's like, "What the hell?" Fuck, she really worries about me and my brother.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Why don't you tell me to my dad? Why don't you tell me?" But he's like, he kept it a secret. So
Yeah.
until I got back, which was all was needed.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you made it back, man.
Yeah, thank God. I'll go through
Yeah.
like airport security, shit myself. I'm going to flag up on the old system.
Take it back.
Yeah, I was speaking to like the bloody what's his face in Lithuania? What did I call it earlier? The embassy guy. He's
Yeah.
like a sir. Like I'm asking why should I pay this 180 fine for what I did? And he's like emailing me back and all this sort of stuff. He's like, yeah, just pay it. I had
So
to
that
do it.
happened there and then when you were actually at the
No,
police station.
I had the fine and I had to transfer it to like a certain bank, but obviously you can't just transfer money abroad easily. You have to go to like Western Union and all this shit. You know, when
Okay.
people send money back home and all that. I had to do it
Yeah.
that way. So I don't even know if the money got there. I assume it did. It could
Bloody
have just been this
hell.
bloke's bank account, the policeman's
Yeah,
bank.
true, exactly.
Yeah.
Luckily, your mate's girlfriend, wife,
Oh yeah,
actually,
I know. I don't know what would have happened if she didn't call them. I could have been there all night.
yeah, or forever.
Yeah, rotting away.
Yeah,
Kicking
Jesus.
the
Oh
door in.
my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing would have happened. I didn't do anything, so there's no
Yeah,
proof.
true. Yeah.
Good times.
Good times. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I hope you learned a lot about me today.
Yeah, I certainly did.
Nice. Well, if you got anyone else got arrested abroad, share your stories.
Yeah.
But don't get yourself in situations like I have. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you attract it. I mean, sorry, you attract it. It's not like you go looking for it.
Yeah, exactly. So some people just love getting in those situations, don't they?
Yeah. Try and stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe out there. It's dangerous
Mm.
times we live in. Cool. Well, on that bombshell, shall we call it a day?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, great. All right. Well, next week we'll be chatting about ridiculous comments and the best and worst advice that people can give. So yeah, we'll be discussing that next time. But yeah, we'll see you next Thursday as always. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.